There was once in Hungary a fine castle ruled by a noble king. The king had an only daughter who was more precious to him than his own life. But at that time there were many demons about, and the worst of all the demons was Kalaman. Kalaman used to lure princesses into his castle and kept them so long that their loved ones never saw them again. Now it was the turn of this king and this princess. Since he couldn't get through the door, he tried the chimney. Come on, king. Give me your daughter. No, said the king. I'd rather die. So Kalaman went away, and as he rode, he hatched an evil scheme to force the king to surrender his daughter. He captured all the winds of the kingdom and enclosed them in a bag. Now, without the winds, there was no relief from the heat of the sun. The clouds vanished, and the crops all withered and died. The peasants could harvest nothing. The wheat turned to chaff. People starved, but worse was to come. Kalaman released just one wind, the icy wind from the north, which blew the thatch off the cottages and made life even more unbearable. The king did not know what to do. He refused to give up his daughter, and so instead he called for a champion from the people. Whoever would dare to go and release all the winds would have his daughter's hand in marriage. A young farmhand called Janosch took up the challenge and set off bravely to follow Kalaman's tracks. He journeyed for many days and for many nights. One day he saw a baby bear trapped under a tree trunk. The bear was so grateful that he asked Janosch to come and meet its father. The baby bear told the story of Janosch's mission, and the wise old bear decided to help him. He called all the wild boars of the forest and sent one to follow Janosch on his quest. When evening came, Janosch was tired and lay down to sleep. Then, in the morning, the boar was transformed. Janosch could hardly believe his eyes, and then the magic horse transformed him too. The horse could fly through the air as fast as the wind, and they soon reached the land of the Demon of the Heights. Where are the winds that Kalaman captured? Asked Janosch. Over there. Good luck." "Thank you," said Janosch, and off they went. On their way, they met a crowd of demons who were organizing a race to decide which of them should be their king. "Could you give me a hand?" the demon asked. "I think I'm going to be left behind." "Get up here," said Janosch. The magic horse quickly outran all the demons, and so they were forced to choose this one as their king. "Thank you," he said to Janosch. "I'll do you a good turn sometime." Janosch found the bag of winds and hacked at it with his sword, but the blade was soon ruined. So he returned to the demon for help. Well, the only way to undo that bag is with Kalamon's key, and the only way to get Kalamon's key is to defeat Kalamon. Here's a sword that should do the trick. It'll slice into him like a knife through butter. "Where does Kalamon live, please?" "Over there," said the demon. So the magic horse flew on through the air until Kalamon's palace glittered in the distance, for it was made entirely of diamonds. Janosch made his way in warily, admiring the splendor of the palace, till he came upon a vast hall where dozens of princesses were blowing cold air onto a pavilion of ice. There were princesses everywhere. "But where is the key to the bag of winds?" he asked. "It's in the pavilion of ice." Just then, Kalamon appeared. He had captured Janosch's own princess, and it looked as if the deal with the king would be off unless he rescued her. Janosch's sword was as good as the demon had said, and realizing that he was defeated, Kalamon pleaded for mercy. "Very well," said Janosch, "but only if you release the winds." Without the princess's cold breath, the pavilion of ice melted away to reveal the key to the bag of winds. The life-giving winds brought back the clouds, and Kalamon was locked up in their place. Janos and his princess were married, and prosperity returned to the countryside.